and all of that. Do you understand the point? So it means that it can be an easy thing. But what period of time can it mean that still as a nation in terms of MS operation? I mean, we can really say we're really verified in terms of compared to where we are and what has been happening through the agreement with the government, through NASCA, through mutual information, mutual communication, that kind of thing. And civil society and the media as well. So people also agree with us as civil society. That's yes, indeed. There have been challenges here and there. But that's there is similar compared to the gains that were made as a nation in the operations and revenues. Somebody is responsible for them, not for government, but as civil society will have a role and responsibility to look at issues from a balanced point of view to provide credible and timely information. And that's what yeah. So on that note, you also look at the aspect of also now the consumer aspect that you are saying. How do we rate? The rating will also be that we in the point where we will base the on ourselves before this time. Where we last year in terms of communication. Have we really checked about the destinations covered so far? Do you understand about the communities so far? Do you look at the improvement further? You see, when the VIQ is driving rule out, yes, I can share the spirit. I have internet in my office, I have modem, but I use my phone connectivity to do everything I want to do at home, no matter how many devices. As long as I have the data, that can be done. But before then, you can have the data as cheap as it was, but you cannot have the service effectively, utilized.
Okay, so now you're saying the service is really effective when it comes to data use.
Well, Erica, you yourself can tell.
Okay. Okay, Mohammed. So look, you made mention of the consumers, and we have the average Sierra Leoneans
Okay.
because you see more people, even when they do this their promos, you hardly hear someone Western area winning these promos. You hear more of the people in the provinces winning these promos and all. So this particular increment in mobile money tariff, how does it affect the average Sierra Leonean from the civil society point of view? Because I believe you're working with the citizens also.
Erica, one thing I was going to really mention is what I want me to do now is to look at the increment in question. What is it coming with? It means first there will be increment in waste score and a bit more in data. And it will be like a win situation where like I said initially, you win. I mean, win. When I say you, I mean the publics, the consumers, government will win, and who I got population also will win. Where they living some aspect of the cost to what we will be incurring it and want to do some money, and we also be able to bring the cost to where it should be. So we're at the point where all of us will be each other's helper in this case. And this increment itself, has been rumored that I now want to confirm that going to happen based on our initial, based on our engagements.
And there's even been messages from the company on the mobile money. Okay, before now we are this the transaction was this, but going forward, we'll be increasing it to this particular amount.
I agree. So whilst I was going to land on these points, and I'm coming to 5 points I just mentioned. So what we want to learn is that the aspect of the increments itself will come from some in the increments in terms of the fines one. Government itself and the MNOs have really been able to really look at the end users who are you and I, and then us as a nation to look at what's the increment to come with. We really want to look at some facilities to show you that even in terms of the 5 years I talk about, the whole year will be means that will be more effective, in its rollout. And then also we want to get some maybe some facility of cruise. Maybe before that you have some midnight vehicles,
Bonus.
bonus, that kind of thing. So the government itself is coming. Once the government is going, and now government itself and the MNOs are being engaged, and society has accepted. Now, we are what happened even in case of women's situation, who always wants to win the more? Only the point because all will say, the cost is high. How many data it is? It's big. When you get the data, it serves the purpose for which you get it for. When you pay data, the data will not disappear in your phone without doing the work you got it for. It will still be there without even getting an effect service. So in each of these, service will be more upgraded and this will almost become like you have mentioned. So that to push the reaction. So even when I pay, I don't like say, oh, I have some things to really, in terms of, consolation, in the process. So they're also going to lose that to us, which means that, and I'm going to get the cost from you, and then that's going to where we should be. No, for the work transfer, money to talks about in terms of the increment that kind of thing. I must inform you that the emails, no one does not complete this does not get anything from that post. And I'll do it. When that was done, the people got that people get from that transaction, and the how do you call those guys? Those
That's cool.
not that come, the guys that even do the site providers, those who
Okay.
have those boots,
Earned money.
the oil money, people, the test, and then the government to NRA. So they haven't got anything. So
It's not possible.
how is that not possible?
Possible that those providing these services and then they are not making any profits out of it.
So how are they operating? Given I mentioned, even when fear has gone up without increments. So you know what was that?
Do you evaluate such? Do you evaluate it because they do increments so from the time that there was an increase in
If
fear?
I speak to you is an issue in terms of the thing itself. So it's an issue that is under also discussion. That they themselves are losing that. They have been losing that. I'm going to pay for if you really reach out Erika, you can appoint back in this studio and let's discuss it. The reality is that they're not getting anything from there. I'm saying this because we are responsible, not for government, not for those MNOs. As civil society, as people's representative, as people's servant, we believe that whatever is happening, people should be there to represent and to understand what is happening. To not come to them as we are now doing to provide credible information and survey. So the issue of us, disinformation is very prominent and across the world. So for us now, what we are now saying as a society, we want to go on the defensive. What is happening now, we are on the floor to ensure that we know what's happening and how it will happen and what is happening to us in terms of economic, reactions and all that. That's why I'm very empowered to be here this morning to really stand the academic commission to my viewing and meeting of.
Right, I may continue to stay with us in the studio. And don't forget you're listening to the program today, 90 minutes live on HandsofHope Radio, 100.5 FM. We'll go and take another story. In a sounding cause of concern and dissent, residents across Freetown have voiced their concern um, over recent issues with regards to mobile money tariff. In heartfelt pleas, they have collectively called upon mobile companies and the government through appropriate regulatory bodies to consider the decision, emphasizing the profound implications this increase might have on their daily lives. Let's listen to the voices of people and hear what they have to say.
Well, how do I feel about the proposed increase in mobile money transaction? Well, it's not good. I'm not feeling any good about that. So, really, really nice. Enough of the increase in that, though. With the cash flow, we get easy way for get carry along with money, then they put Panama. Nah, nah, okay. Make them stop for add the tariff on this money what we dey put in our phone. Let them reduce them though. Go cash 1 million, then you go pull out many. What's you wallet eat? Very wrong.
Jefferson, right? Feel very, very bad. And I just want to use another words, but I did really feel very bad. It's rather unfortunate that the government allowed it to make this increase. It's a big burden on the citizen of Sierra Leone and not easy for the layman there also. So that if somebody they send for me 1 million, if now 1,050,000, that person they send for me, we will receive that money. They don't ace that money up. There's no benefit me they get from that. They suggested make they go back to the old tariff. How it begin? Let it go back. If I try to send money to somebody, I buy bag now free to like I want send the bag now 100,000. And therefore add extra money for that person they for make it go with your call. So that the small money we have for the add. Now at the other buckle, and who that the benefits? Not to the citizen. The company the benefit. So the government, so yeah, they beg you. Won't let you interfere. Example like no, let me send this other talk back. This I'm not saying not the part of the question, but I just want for add something there. Yes. Range they sell 2 gigabytes, 37,000. Then they take that 2 gigabytes now for 1 month. If somebody don't buy that gigabyte, it's enough for 1 week. If you increase the price, increase the quality. You need to try it and they buy 15,000. You want to buy that 15,000. And they take week with me. One night, if I am not dey enjoy the service so you give me.
Well, me the face before now we can increase regarding the tariff. But now they don't can add them again. I think say na more burden on we. Sometimes na because some people they far off now it makes some man okay before go meet them they like use the orange money. So increasing it really don't be a burden to me. And I believe say for some people a lot of people me, I think say this particular action not timely at all. And one we get for make they get for lost a lot of customers then because of this. So this one not timely. I think say originally for a review for me the suggestion there and for make sure say they review that particular tariff increments day. Because one, it's obvious people get for stop what do transaction with orange money because nobody know am for losses. And nobody know am for especially how the economy dey right now. They waste money so much on transferring money. Some are not even mind now for the take transport and go meet the person you want for sending money to. Even though it get for be so stressful. The government actually intervene into this. If not, let them get a dialogue.
Yeah, I believe say the increase rate on the money transaction, free money or orange money, are not that important because any kind will affect we the citizens and the standard of living is still poor and salary need to go up. Organic can go up and will still affect we. Then they affect we directly because that's something we don't the part of in our daily routine and for do transactions for that. It affect with daily life. Like just like what I said previously, like free money with orange money. Like I would say airtime for buy airtime right now, orange money with free money. I like the ear with the beat. Like people they use these things. I like food normal to me now. Some to do daily, so obviously they affect me directly. So it's target for government. But I believe say if the government able for going to dialogue with these companies and try for tell them say then therefore even if it costs the government for able for to replace and send some money to this company and so at least the pressure not go dey too much on the people there. Because then coming also the issue of transport, communication, it dey affect people directly. So like them major business that's for the confidential at all costs and they're available and not only available, they are affordable to the people.
All right, welcome back. Those were the concerns of some citizens across Freetown. And we still have in the studio Mohammed Goma, and you've had some of these concerns.
It might be. Please, why me to be different from what I'm
Meaning of B, because we don't like to use abbreviation.
Yeah,
And I feel
for this comfort of people of Sierra Leone on the first day of November, it's actually happening Youth Day. And for the listening and viewing public to your heritage,
okay.
I am Mohammed Bunduko.
Bundu. Okay. That's good. Okay, with us in the studio, Mohammed Bundukova. So you've had some of the concerns and a lot of issues. Some people made mention with regards to the quality in terms of data, their services, and all of those things. So based on because those were the average Sierra Leoneans, based on what you've heard, what would be your response to some of these concerns?
My response will be with a mixture of things.
Okay.
Firstly, I must say that whoever is contributing to the discourse of the increment, he or she has a legitimate concern in terms of how he or she feels, in terms of maybe the expression as to how the service is being provided, in terms of the quality and all of that. Everybody in this discourse, I mean, both as the consumers, the government, I mean, everybody has a concern and a point to really put on the table. So I must respect that. And I can thank them for really being, as sharp as they are, in really being good also for expressing, their own view into this discussion. I mean, that's what makes it civic, that what makes it democratic, that what makes it participatory, and then inclusive as well. So firstly, those who said, I mean, it's the burden, like I said, I agree. Those who said also it's a challenge in terms of the services, I agree. I mentioned that the challenge. The others also said that I think they're even thinking of I think this is like we give somebody's money instead of sending to Orange or King money or Africa, that kind of thing. I don't- So that's what I cannot imagine how is that really. But the point is When we had these monies, MNOs and the Q money and the Afro money and the orange money, services, it wasn't that. It's only orange money. And it's we had Afro money. And Q said came, not to look, sorry, they now joined the Q because remember, they are created by an act. That's an act. It was National Commission, Telecommunication Commission, like it's NATCAP. National Telecommunication Authority now. So it also provides in terms of the operations and how it should be, right steps that kind of thing, and then if not leave to expectation, the penalties and that kind of thing. You see this one who are on and the parents clients. We see the people that also find and you said the population should be compensated through hours of calls, free calls, that kind of thing. Stop. So what people are saying, the call was not effective. Well, remember, if you have a line, a toll free line, where everyone is calling at the same time, how is that possible? Everyone connects at the same time.
Okay.
So those things we should consider. So in terms of the services, yes, I agree. There's room for improvement, and that is why in the points of discussion, after the improvement is being discussed, as we be out, anytime from now, is that those aspects of services is also, part of the discussion. So ensure that services, qualities is also continue to be enhanced and further improved. And I mean, I'm sure they're not sleeping, and on daily basis, I'm working on that. It can't just be too possible and too easy to just, admit that at one, but you can see that they are moving, from time to time. And so that's in progress, work in progress. I'm sure it will be achieved. And also, the aspect of the mobile sending money in terms of the court itself. Like, I would say the safest, the fastest, and the most reliable way in terms of financial transaction apart from the bank is also through the bank of the image. Where you sit here and send money to that person in Thailand, if you look at it, the vehicle person will say, unfortunately, on my side, okay, might take to that, after that, if I get in Thailand, how much will it cost us to go to Thailand? It was only 1 million. And say, you see, the person said, I will help you to go to that place. If you vehicle now at the bus park, on government's vehicle, which is the cheapest, among the other transport related costs, to go to Thailand and then come back to go give 1 million. And compared to the cost you just pay and the money reaches somebody's home and they can just cash and then the money is reached within no time at all. What is really required? That will be the answer for the public. So I would say, but my take is, I think, and it's very genuine side, that the services provided in relation to that are effective and should be utilized. Because, I mean, nobody complain, nobody is being robbed, nobody is being disadvantaged. And now I have to pay you. Okay, you can give me your money, give me a QC money, number or AFI money. I just sell. As I sit here, I'm memorize the place I keep saying, no issues at all. Mama, no well. Okay, Mama, you must go to school. Mama, we do have same from the phone. Choose the must go to school. Money is there. Mama, access money. Mama, go to you. Mama wants, I want to send money. Mama, I'm happy to have some money. I need to send you. Mama is getting that. Where she's before then. How was it done? And how to reach communication. Well, we have formal balance system.
Okay.
You can have anything of that. So what we're saying now is that we need an upgrade of those services in terms of the access to rural communities, like you mentioned. They are very key to our house. I mentioned you can access development fund. So this, I also mentioned the role of the menus who are really the service providers, which we are getting. So I think on all the charge and cities are close here. We cannot talk about to MNOs once that's first.
Right, in your experience, what role does mobile money play in terms of financial inclusion and also access to services in Syria?
It's very big role as a financial, literacy and inclusion, experts, civil society experts, I would say, is playing a pivotal role in the financial, system, in the financial inclusion system, and also it's playing a role where, you know, jobs are also, created, within the field, information is there, and also more religious people where they are, and also the information. Because if you want to say, "Oh, in our community here, we have not have and then there's no Afri or Orange or Q ceremony here, and somebody says, no, I'm not to opt to approach those people. You can be one stop shop. That's the services for all of those. And then that is the information, the service is there. So that person or those people who have opted to do that have gotten employment. So in contributing to themselves, the community access to those services, information, and then the GDP. So it means what happens in terms of service provision from those who offer those services in terms of business engagement, then they benefit. So it has a role to play in the financial development sector. Also contributing to only themselves, only the community, also to the GDP.
Okay.
So I think it's
So, as a society member, so aside, as a society consortium information, right? How has your organizations like you, what role have you been playing? Though you mentioned that there are a lot of benefits, a win-win situation, but what role have you been playing in ensuring that the layman, the grassroots, the average Sierra Leoneans are considered when it comes to increment of tariff, not only the mobile money, but in terms of data, in terms of call tariff by mobile companies?
the greatest users of data, are those informed people and less, informed or educated people. Because I know people are not going to school, but they have WhatsApp on their phone, not Facebook necessarily, but even WhatsApp, they can not really type, but they can send voice notes. Do you understand? And they can communicate through that. So it means that even in terms of data, it's widely used by all. And I say the young people constitute bulk of the country's population. And almost, you know, 10, 9 or 7 out of every 10 people, young people you see today, they have smartphones. And so the use for data is on high demand. And this is where we are who, as civil society on information, who believes in providing, credible, timely, and system information. Remember, the reason for doing this is that when the fact is not out, it's that time, the disinformation becomes the order of the day. And so one sits and believe in, defending wrong information, but also be there to project those good information and also promote those good information. And what the public needs to know should know ahead or before time or in time. Other than that, it's created of lack of suspicions and that kind of thing. So we as civil society, the interest of the people we serve is always the first in our agenda. Later, we are not governments. We are not business buyers and sellers. We play a role where we sit is to represent the layman. I keep mentioning my mother. So much respect to her that she's the village. And before this time, you understand, to even get that difficult task. They have to move to a location within the village itself, where they put a stick and have a palm tree kind of leaf to do that. Here is you can get network. I remember some couple of years when I went to the village and I said I have to meet some calls. They tell me, come, let's go, we'll take you to the place where you can get network. You understand?
Okay.
I could be there. Come on, say, okay, my passport is to come and go. But today, where they sit, they can get us. And it's improving from time to time. So for the people, they are considered. If not, we'll not be here. If not for the sake of their interest, they can finally get information to talk to them. So this is why we are said it's a lot of service we are giving. We're here. Nobody pays me to be here. Nobody pay my transport to be here, or my fare, or whatnot. Nobody. But because we believe that we're giving of ourselves to serve humanity, to serve our nation, we must give them information that is required. But also, we can't just stop here. As I sit here right now, I have to calling my team members. Not the consortium. We also from organization, like all of us are working with registered organizations, NGOs, that some offices have staff, that kind of thing. But it's part of consortium for to promote one thing or the other. That the human interest in place. So in this one, it's the interest for all. For us, the government, and them.
Okay.
Because if you say you talk about the bone, you don't talk about the bone. So in this case, the bone, the blood, and you all get the bone. Now, the also that we discuss.
Right.
The governments, the MNOs, the people who represent us in society, we're discussing. So, sorry, excuse me, let me look at things from that point of view. Ensure that we're able to understand the trajectory as to where we're moving in really accepting the increments as come. In terms of the data, like I said, it's only wide usage. And so it's going to also be enhanced, even in terms of the speed itself, like the 5G I keep mentioning, it's being rolled out. And then service will be come pamper, that kind of thing. So that day you don't get your data and then you know that like my data is there, 5G, you cannot get. Don't mention about buying at the same 2 gigabyte, 2.5 gigabytes, but at the same 1500, I buy two. You also do. But the point is there is that if you say if I use this, if I've got that one, but once I have to collect also for other people. It can even leave beyond a month. Some people, what they do, it's beyond just imagination. Some people put their data, they want to go to everywhere at the same time. And it's unfair usage. Just not the point. It will more. If you fair use, it can never be anymore. So the point is that the data itself and the cost itself, it's and the service, the rate of the service itself, it's okay.
All right, Mama, continue to stay with us. Before we go through our text messages, let's quickly go and take one of our live stories. In a significant announcement made during the Ministry's weekly press briefing, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chenova, highlighted the Vice President of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julia Jallo's call for elected officials across the North and West regions. Dr. Jallo, in weekend address encouraged mayors, chairpersons, men and women councillors to shift their focus from politics to development, emphasizing that the political phase has concluded and it's now good to work collaboratively for the progress of the nation. Let's hear more from Minister of Information, Chenoba, as he gave their weekly news updates during their weekly press briefing.
So the news of then, as you know, as part of the outcome of the peace dialogue, the government, between the government, the opposition of some security, it's the last Tuesday, the next election, the unity, the one counting workers, we will talk about how we have responsibility on moving towards the field. Because it's really the books and process for the people to review the electoral system, the key, in New York. Against foreign policy units, meaning this the state of unity reconciliation. President also last week we need to disseminate the orders we can get that position and let's talk to for Salon, those sisters on the Ratonero, last Friday we applied plans and will continue for expand. We need to provide everything access to lotteries for the people with responsibility century to Salon, now the transfer with the lawsuit, discussing not very new in the rural shared mortgage office. The World Organization last Tuesday is that solutions of transport from Africa on the ability for super 6 years products. This year, we do engagements as well as we get with the water ministry and this stakeholders that someone really important to do for less even what happens. The President of the Union, however, the elected mayors, chairmen, and women and councils across the 2 million law and of web, also developing enough policies. As politics is saying, government now has been anything possible before. Maybe citizens needs events when they was chairman women and councils as well to regional again. So these are one of the benefits for my now will be that. Deputy Minister of Water Resources Engineer Francis Talon calling the Cairo for attend the steering committee meeting for water adaptation and resilience initiative. On the evening, and he will give a statement concerning the energy system and expectations and for so also we are through Her Excellency the First Lady Dr. Tasima Maladiu on Sunday we arrived in Islam here. In the first week of meeting, we knowing serious travel, the personally you hold the what's happening. The thing is when you ask me a question, not a lot of things are running. Because you need to experience is very including the experience for your reasons. The Romanos was known to talking. Since you are passing the summer, then we which I will people see. The last week, from June October, my years after the period of the October's illness, which was kind of provision that is five events. Well, when it's from the City, it was a simple to a president on the 28th of October. So it's only one month actually not credentials and also even understood. So yeah, so it's really was for yes, also. Finally, when was to the slide and that's where we use your phone and such information. Nothing something to us last Tuesday we participated in the 16th year of the meeting with phone on after that competition for that we think this meeting this meeting for us for working slowly long time the relation between Salon was it was so let's see Friday, user information is see the how this is agents. While this improves the human is now studying the things of the bigger house to look over that. Now, the people with actual questions, instead of continue for speculation, we are seeing still have diplomacy, we don't see that for like circumstances like all these.
Right, well, that was the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chino, by giving that news update during the Ministry of Information and Civic Education weekly press briefing on Tuesday, 31st October 2023. Don't forget you're listening to the program today, 90 minutes, live on HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM in Freetown. Okay, we quickly want to go through some of the text messages in the program so that our still guests can respond to it. Okay, this first text here say Mohammed from Kobe. Okay, say thank you very much, Mr. Kuma, for the updates. So waiting on a need for do now that people need to get more awareness on the importance of this and how this will benefit them because all we see now the disadvantage of this increment. And this person here says, you made mention of the introduction of 5G. Even the 4G we are using is not effective. Me, I don't believe in the effectiveness of the 5G you made mention that they are rolling out. Let's see the effectiveness of the 4G before considering the 5G. Right, and this other person here, Abraham from Kingdom, said, I appreciate your insights on the tariff increase. Can you share more about the specific improvements in mobile communication services that have benefited Sierra Leoneans? Because because we expect much from them compared to what we are seeing now, considering the amount of money they are making. Okay, and this one, it's interesting to hear that mobile companies were not making a profit for mobile money before. Um, how can you justify this? Because it's not possible for you to do business to run into a loss. This is from Fanta at Waterloo State. Okay, and this other text here said, Mohammed, you mentioned it's a win-win situation. Can you elaborate on the benefits for both the mobile companies and the consumers? How can we strike the right balance? I'll take one more because of time so you can respond. And another person here says, I would like to understand the impact of this tariff increase on rural areas. Are there any specific initiatives to ensure equitable access in less urbanized areas? Okay, this is for Musat Kingston. I to respond to if we have little more time than
I thank you so much, Erika. I again want to commend the texters. Their messages are beautiful, they are lovely, they are truly contributing to the purpose for which we're here, and so I love them. But then let me just say to a few of them because some of them also goes across the issues that the issue of the rural, benefits in terms of the, connectivity and all. Firstly, before now I need to speak right now. Nobody can guarantee that. Nobody can tell me that the science here we have in the urban cities, where bigger cities like Freetown, Woking, Makerere, local Gambia, are the same that you get from the chiefdoms of those districts. No, yes, the cost remains the same, but the fact is that you can be reached, but not as accessible as you are in some other part of the country, which is still under work in progress. Like I keep stating, and so for the advantage, for disadvantage more than the advantage. The fact is that, like I said, when fare was increased, in simple terms, and the cost of subscription increased, the people not go to work. Are you not here? You did not go to school. You go to school, you go to work, you go to their businesses, they go to move to go see their loved ones. Then the cost that's prevalent as it is right now. So in all of those areas of increments that I stated, increment has been on mobile, calls and that kind of thing. Actually, they mentioned about, recent increment on the data, which also understanding.
the
But
data and also call.
yes, it was insignificant compared to what's really the cost of failure have been. So that's the point I'm making. So the MNOs have lost money. That's the point. If you're selling a rice, I was making some discussion with you, off my camera. I said if you are in studio, your time cost per hour before the fare increments was 500, for instance. But when the fare increases, you just provide the same, net basic show like I'm here this morning. And then you have to use the same electricity, or probably there's no lights, you have to use fuel, and then you have extra staff, and then the cost of everything remain the same. The question was, are you making profits? Erika, you're losing money. You're losing money without delay. So that's the same thing that has happened with the MNOs, these universities. So government, like I said, in terms of the agreement you mentioned, it means that we're to pay some amount of money, not even the cost of 120% that it should be right now. So that is still under negotiation. So that they ensure that yes, we're going to increment, but then there should be added facilities like you mentioned in the annual discussion in terms of maybe some weekends, some maybe some calls, some even SMS, promo, that kind of thing. So all of those are, and it's not mention the 5G aspects. And instead the 4G is not effective. Okay, it depends on the location you are. But I said, I will not as well to say that it's all effective operational. No, I was just saying that it's important. And now with this kind of this increment, that was my statement. And now in terms of maybe the other thing was that has to do with is it the benefit of the populace in all of this. I know the women's drive I've mentioned, I've stated those mobile complaints. They have their wire cost, the operations, the fuel, the this, the that, the storage, the tax, and that kind of thing. So, of course, Erica, they have employees. And the question is, if my brother is working there or your brother, a relative, and those complaints, follow, is that what the people really want to see? Is that what we're looking forward to? The answer is no. Go back to those that place, or people don't want to go back to those key days of Seratel. No, they always modernize it, they always advance it, they always moving. And so that we go to it. So for us, where is that nation can I even think of them having losing those kind of value partners that are contributing so much to the economy. At the same time, without said, you're going to be in a situation. Government in his wisdom has really ensured that they really pray, they come up, ensuring that once we are losing money as government, and you also should do some aspects, but then increase some facilities, of this. Then the biggest gain for us is that Singaporeans are going to be maintaining jobs. And all of those increments, nobody was out of jobs. Use cost. And that will come back to Singaporeans in terms of employment. So those are things we're looking at.
Let me just take 2 or 3 more and then we'll wrap up the program. And this one here is saying, Zainab, in your opinion, how can we maintain a balance between economic viability for mobile companies and affordability for the average Sierra Leonean in the context of this tariff increase? And Anna Atning Laville is saying, thank you very much for your insights with regards the program, but I want to categorically state that the increment in this tariff is not for the benefit of the average Sierra Leoneans, but for the government and also these mobile companies. And the last one I will take, this person is saying, so Mohammed, as a society activist, you for represent with the people, but you the talk as if you the campaign on behalf of the government and also the mobile companies. Can you please advocate for us and stand with the people?
If the advocacy was not done, then when the price comes out as it's supposed to be in the calculation, then it will be something else. But when eventually the new tariff is announced, you will see come back to you later to say, let's have Sakuma in the studio. We want to clap for him. Because what he said in the studios was the interest of the Serbians, the interest of the companies. So they call you to say, we want to have him hosted. And also assure them that. Secondly, I am not a public relations for the government, nor for my government. I represent, truly represent the people. They know me, they've seen me, they've had. And from the point of my discussion, you really see that in all of this, the people are key. The brothers and sisters I mentioned in terms of job, opportunities in those companies. I don't tell my relatives directly, but my relative by Sierra Leoneans, being Sierra Leoneans. They are relative by being Sierra Leoneans. And so the question is, if not just staff that they have across the continent, just three companies put together. If God forbid, if you say that no, they're tired based on what is happening now, are we ready to accept this shock? The answer is no. And then what happened again? As we are going back to the dark days of work. So that was people are insurrecting. So in whatever way, the views of everybody is important in this discussion. Like I said initially, the beauty of the conversation is that everybody has a say. And that's why I said, even in the same is a win situation. Because we talk, even when we talk for them, they still talk, and government listens, and the men listens. What are winning? And so when the price mention comes out, we still have to go for the services. One are saying that the increment will now go to some facilities, some promos, and then the service itself will upgrade to the 5G rollouts. And of course, our brothers and sisters that also be going to remain in jobs will also be there. So me not go for the government, I wonder how. So that's the thing, but that's beauty. In any case, I want to say that I represent the people's voice. All of us could not be where we are. Nobody could come to where you sit here now. Because they said, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for more paid of job. But this is exactly what I did and we also do. And we do to provide this information to the public. I thank them for thanking me because I'm providing timely information and the same information is credible. The only thing is that they said is on the advantage as point of discussion, which I do appreciate. And the thoughts of the concern of those experts also take consideration once the discussion is still ongoing in terms of the process. All of this, what I mentioned, they are on the table in terms of, if not, like I said, when the fuel prices were going up, it would have said no, because the fuel has increased, I want to buy fuel the same price. No, let's increase. But that period to now, you understand? They remain the same, and then for this for the same service, you understand? And then the same staffs in those companies, and then the same taxes, if not more. So for us, the taxes they also pay come not to individual directly, but we used to do hospitals, we do roads, pay public officials, do schools, you understand? So they didn't come to my pocket directly or to the minister's pocket or to the president's pocket, but what they pay by the consolidated full of funds, in the government basket, and also they want to then dish out to various developments and ministries or program or projects or activities that has to be in the interest of the people. So what's happening is that no, it's not in the interest of the people because the cost of it is who has to get the cost. But I assure them that it's as high as it was supposed to be. So the 20% increment to this guy now. You use calculation and then tell him what would happen to them. That's not to be against this situation. And that's what I said and I keep saying. We pay some cost, come and do some money, and also do some aspects of more in terms of the promotion and that kind of thing. So everybody is winning in this conversation.
Right.
That's a win-win situation points really what it is.
All right, we are rounding up the program. What will be your message to our listeners and viewers out there?
I show them that we as civil society, we're not working fellows, we work with
Quickly, someone asks measures you are taking to educate the public about these changes and ensure transparency in the decision-making processes. When giving your message, you can respond to Sheku.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Last laptop it takes time. So yes, so in the conversation, like I said, it's really first, like I said, promoting the interest of the consumer. But at the same time, we have to make sure on the side. Because remember, we're not only paying. Now, if we're not going to talk about, a calling card, the amount I buy here, the same amount I buy, country. It doesn't mean that, oh, because I'm in the rural community, I'm being paid different price. No. Or if I make a call, because I'm in the rural community, I pay me. You understand? So the same call you pay, the same that you're buying and usage is same only everywhere. So it means that the success is for all. Regardless of where you are, the services remain the same. If I'm buying 10,000, 10 million to above here, the same cost I'm buying in our country. You understand? I don't pay extra charges, because I'm in this village, I have to pay 11 rooms. And then if I want to make a call, because I'm in rural community, I pay more, I pay less. You understand? So that's incentive and equity in the costs.
Right.
And now to the point of representing the people in terms of what you said, transparency.
Basic questions.
If not, then I won't be here. The information we are given this morning says that we understand what we're up to and we know what's happening and it's in the best interest of the people and also in the best interest of the government and the best interest of the MNOs, because what we're saying is a win-win situation. We're not giving a burden to the people, the government to lose money, not to the MNOs to also lose money and lose out what are working there, but it's a situation where all of us are giving from going and then go for the service and then pay that cost, and then the MNO do some aspect of service they're going to offer us in terms of and other facilities in terms of the 5G that I mentioned, and it's a use of revenue in terms of maybe, the taxes and that kind of thing. And yesterday, we will meet at a point where a junction of three was going to meet at a point where everyone will say, we're here at the end of the day. In their local language or local traditional settings, there's when the moon is shining, there's the last game of year, and they play. Everybody wants one, everybody is, like in a terrain. So the terrain there is where we come and to say, I was not caught along the way. It was a there finally. So it's a name. What of us will be, and then everyone is smiling. Government will be okay. We'll be fine as consumers, as the people of Sierra Leone, and women will say, okay, we don't lose much money. But I think in the interest of the people and what we do, we give people and people make some gains and that kind of thing. At the end of the day, all of us will be there. But that's why working now, you've been working. Taxes will also be coming, and then what will be fine. So transparency has been there, Sheku, and the interest of the conversation has been much more on the table of the people. But at any point in time, we cannot set everything and against the advantage of government and the members. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us in the program. Well, that's all in today's edition of the program, to the 90 minutes live on Hands-off Radio 100.5 FM in Freetown. Want to say many thanks to the executive producer, Madam Mama.